my name is Tony Wilder. This is beginning pitching. This will be the first of 3 videos where we will cover the basics of what it takes to throw the ball and get it over the plate. In this video, we're going to cover the mechanics that work from the waist down, the legs, the most important part of the pitching action. In the following videos, Part A and Part B will cover the throwing action, but right now we'll cover this part of what's going on. And we'll begin with 2 conventions that are standardly used in baseball. One is called tall and fall, and then attached to that is something called up, down, and out. And they're very simple conventions. I'll start with the first one, tall and fall. And tall and fall has basically to do with balance. We've covered balance before and how important it is. This is where it's really going to come in. As you're coming in to stand on the pitcher's block, okay? And whether you stand here or right in front of it, it doesn't matter. But they want you to balance yourself on the pitcher's block to be ready to throw. That's the tall part of the component, and the other one is fall. Now, when they say fall, what fall really means is you're going to be using your first lever. And your lever is going to be the leading hip here that goes out. So you step up to the pitcher's block, you stand tall, you get your balance, okay? And then you get your very first function coming out of the mechanics, which is to lean towards home base, okay? You're gonna lean with your hip. And that's gonna become a very important lever that helps you get velocity in the ball. So you step up to the block and then you lean in. Now, attached to that is up, down, and out. And up, down, and out is something you've seen many times. You know what it is. It's where the leg comes up. So you're going to step up to the plate, you balance yourself, you start to lean in, okay? Before you really get going there on the lean, you're going to take this leg, okay, your left leg. If you're right-handed, it's going to be your left leg. Of course, it's going to be your right leg if you're left-handed player. You're going to take your leg, you're going to pull it up like this, very common stuff, and then lead it out like that. This is your stride foot. That's the stride position. This foot must be in place here before the ball can leave your hand. The reason your foot has to be here is because if you try to come from back here and you try to throw the ball and this foot is still in the air, this ball is going to be all over the place. You will never get it over home base. You can just forget that. So, here we are with tall, and then pull the leg up, okay, then you're going to fall, and then reach out with the stride leg. Now, that is conventional pitching. Conventional pitching in all of its wisdom. And it's what is the standard that is taught today by most pitching coaches. What they really want you to do in respect to using the stride leg is to come up, bring the foot out here, okay? Get ready, and then come out with the stride foot like this. Now, what you don't see happening in the action, but it's a very important part of the action, this foot becomes a very, very important part of what you're doing. And the reason that is because the foot itself, all by itself, can behave as a lever. When you first start out, okay, and you know, just to give you a little bit of an explanation here, when you're doing Little League, you're going to throw the ball. This is what most coaches teach. You take the ball like this, and whether it's once around or twice around, you throw the ball like this. So there really is no leg action. You don't have to worry about it. But once you start getting into high school and on the bigger fields and start playing with bigger teams, absolutely you're going to use at least this conventional form of bringing the leg out. Now, when you first do it, and you step up to the plate to bring the leg up and then bring it down like that, I mean, that's very simple to see how the stride foot comes out, and you place it right there on your way towards home base, and you're going to throw the ball. Okay? It's very, very easy to understand that. But what will give you the real edge that you're looking for when you come up to the pitcher's block, okay, and you lift this leg, I mean, the saying goes like this: up, down, and out. And your premier pitchers in high school and college, they're taught by the coach to do the safest thing that will not bring about an injury. So they're going to teach you that. They're going to teach you that style. They don't want you to have an accident. They don't want you to strain something. And pitchers suffer typically from strains. It doesn't take much to take a pitcher out. Now, when you get really good, here's what you do. You step up to the plate, get tall, okay? You bring the leg up, then you lean, okay? And use this foot as you lead out like this. You use the weight of the foot as a lever to actually pull your body forward. And there's a difference. When you're up at the block and you lift this leg up and you're just coming over and you land and you stride, okay, you stride to throw the ball out there, you're not really using the type of dynamics that can benefit you. And to be honest, it takes a number of times at the pitcher's block to know how to actually pull some of these things off. And you get these things pulled off as you get better at it. When you first start out, okay, you bring this leg out, you throw the ball. Wow, you just feel great that you were even able to throw it. But when you realize, and your coach will tell you this, when you realize that when this foot comes down and you're here and you're sliding it across the ground like that, okay, the weight of this foot is actually pulling your body forward, okay? It actually pulls your body forward. To get to that point of finesse where your foot leading out, the weight of your foot is, you're so good at it that you just pulled out, okay? And the idea of this is to pull your torso into the action, see? You go like this. Wow, you got a fast ball that came out of your hand. That's what you want, okay? That is basically a conventional pitching, okay? It's very conventional. It works. It works. That's what coaches like. Coaches like a technique that does not bring about injury to the pitcher. The pitcher is the one person in the whole wide world who tends to come down with these odd and unusual things because you're using all your muscle groups in a very unique and distinct way, okay? So you stand tall, okay? You come in with the leg, and as you get good, you lead out with this foot, and there goes your ball. Now, there are some other dimensions to this, and these dimensions are used by a few pitchers. I'll put a few names out there. Dizzy Dean, Bob Feller, Sandy Koufax, Nolan Ryan. We all know those names, we know who they are. And what did they do that was really different? Well, they would lift the leg, okay? They would lift the leg up to here. You know, Nolan Ryan would actually bring it way up here. You ask yourself a question. Why are they doing that? What is it in that I mean, is it just a part of the game? Is it, to look really good? And the answer to that is, it may be to look good, but there's a function. There's a function of mechanics and there's a function of physics that goes into it. And I'll explain.